So as many of you know, I've probably negotiated about 60 deals last year with Microsoft, or helped clients negotiate about 60 deals. And so one of the things that I thought I would do is put together a list of the top 10 things I learned from Microsoft in 2015. So that in this video we're going to talk about number one, and that is preparation is key. So you'd be surprised to know that even though my work is with, Fortune 500 companies, all the way down to, smaller organizations of 300, 400, 500 people, that it's incredible that I find that even today that most organizations, even with large procurement shops and large IT organizations, do not prep appropriately for their negotiations with Microsoft. And this is definitely one of the key things that we find drives cost out of your contracts with Microsoft. In fact, one of the things that I say all the time is knowing what you don't need is more important than knowing what you do need. And so when it comes to negotiating with Microsoft, it's very important to put a team together to go through an entire process of understanding not just what it is that you're using today and how you're using that technology, but also what your plans are for tomorrow and beyond. So for instance, if you're looking at purchasing Office 365, you really want to put together a team to look at what does Office 365 mean to us as an organization. Are we going to deploy that in 30, 60, 90 days? Or is that something that's going to take longer because we're a large organization? It's going to take 12, 16, 18 months, maybe even longer for us to get to a full deployment. Understanding these things and doing the prep work to understand how you're actually going to deploy that can drive millions of dollars of savings in your contract negotiations with Microsoft. In fact, what we find is when you go through a process, and at Method 180, the company that I work for, we have a process that we use with our clients to figure out just exactly what it is for every product that you require and how you're going to use those and what makes the most sense moving forward. When you do that and you approach Microsoft and you go to them and you say, okay, Microsoft, our renewal is $5 million a year, or you think it's $5 million a year. We've done our homework. We actually think that we only need $2.5 million worth of software assurance in our renewal. And this is what we need, and here's where we're going to negotiate. So doing that homework really changes the story, because what it means is that when Microsoft comes to you and says, listen, Office 365 is the best thing since the invention of sliced bread, so to speak, you can actually push back on them and say, you know what, no it's not, and here's why. We can't even use it, we can't consume it, it's going to take us some time to get to this point, and here's how we would actually utilize the technology and roll it out. So really taking your time to prepare, be prepared, understand what you don't need, because again, that's more important than knowing what you do need, is really going to drive savings in your negotiations with Microsoft.